Right, so now what we have to discuss there totally. Right, sir. The thing, so then we are discussing about all the content here. Yeah, all the steps we completed there. Then here in the last class, just we understood clearly what we understood there. Client application we started. We prepared this client application. Guys, I'm asking some questions to all of you guys. Now try to answer for it. And if you want to prepare any client application, what exactly the steps here we required here? Now tell me, guys. If you want to perform any, if you want to create any client application, what are the various steps here we have to perform there? Now tell me. Tell me, guys. Then what steps here we required here finally? First one is like what there? What is the step here we have to perform the first one? Create configuration object. How we are able to create configuration object, guys? Now tell me. Guys, please, all of you respond for my questions here. Already in the last few classes we discussed it here. Today we are going to see an application development over it. Okay. Now tell me, what are the various steps here we require to prepare this client application now? What is that first one here we required? Come on. No response. What is that first one here? Guys, all of you get my voice? All of you get my voice on the screen? Are you listening? Am I audible? No response. Right, Prashant Kulli. Right, sir. Now here what we have to prepare there. Step number one is what there? Configuration object here we have to create. Configuration is equal to new configuration. There what we have to provide the parameter no. Here we have to provide the parameters what there? Name and location of what there? Guys, now tell me name and location of configuration file. Name and location of what? Configuration file. Right, sir. If we are not providing any, not required, just only configuration object only, not required to prepare configuration here. That means not required to provide any configuration information. Just we have to create what their configuration object. Now this configuration object is able to creating an empty object. Hibernate software is creating this configuration object as an empty, where configuration details are not available. But if you want to get configuration details, guys, now, what we have to provide there now? Tell me. Come on, if you want to get configuration details, then what we have to tell? What we have to use there? Configure method here we have to use. Means that configuration dot configure method here we have to call. For example, if I'm not providing any parameter value, so Hibernate software will search for configuration file with what name there? If I'm not providing any value, any parameter, if I'm not providing any parameter, internally Hibernate software will search for which configuration file? Come on, guys, now tell me. Okay, now tell me, Hibernate software will search for a configuration file with what name by default? What is the default name of the configuration file? Right, sir. Hibernate.cfg.xml file. Directly, Hibernate software will search for hibernate.cfg.xml file to encapsulate all the configuration details into configuration object. Okay, even if we provide that, it may not give any problem here. Right, sir. Now here we have to specify what the name and location of the configuration file. Now here we are able to provide like what there? Hibernate.cfg.xml. Even if we are not providing that, internal Hibernate software will search for the same thing. This is one point, guys. Now tell me, after completion of this, What we have to create there? Now, tell me what next one here. What we have to create next one? Come on. After getting configuration object, after getting all the configuration details into the configuration object, then what we have to do? What we have to do? Right. Now we have to create what object here? Session factory object. Session factory is equal to, then what is the method we have to use to create session factory object? What we have to use to create session factory object, guys? Now tell me. Yes. All right, sir. What is that method here we have to use there? Configuration dot build session factory. What is that here we have to use there? Configuration dot build session factory. Then what next one? Now tell me. Come on. Build session factory. Session factory object is created here. What this session factory object will do there? It will get all the configuration details from configuration object, and it will prepare the connection, and it will prepare statement, and it will prepare like what there and prepared statement. Then all the required environment it able to provide. Okay, build session factories. Okay, fine. Next one. Come on. Now tell me what next one here. I need to get which object there. What object here we have to get there, guys? Now tell me. We need to get what there? What object? No, session object. Am I right or not? Session is equal to, then here we have to get session. How we are able to get session now? Session factory dot, what is that method here? No, open session method. Right, open session method here we have to get. This session is required to perform database operations. Why? Because session contains all the predefined methods in order to perform all database operations. Right, sir. Inside this session, what methods are available? Come on, if you want to write an example, here we have to understand all these points. Inside this session, what methods are available? Right, sir. What methods are available inside this session now? For inserting record, for inserting an object, what methods are available, guys? Now tell me. For inserting an object, what methods are available? First one is like what there? Save method is available. Then after that, what other method here? No, persist method. Right. Next one is for inserting data here. These two things are available here. Next one is for update the data. Updating data in a database. What methods are available now? Tell me. First of all, what method is available? The update method is available. After this, another method is like what there? Save or update. What is that? Another one is available here? Save or update. Purposes we are going to understand clearly. No need to worry for it. In the examples, I'm able to give some interview questions also. With the practical, I'm able to show some interview questions now. Okay, now understand this. Then after that, after completion of this, for updating data in database, that's okay. For deleting data from database, for deleting data from database, now what method is required here? Now tell me what method is available. Delete method is available. Okay, fine. Then after that, for fetching data from database, what method is available, guys? Now tell me. Right, sir. That method will be like what is it? Get method. Then what method here? No, load method. Get method and load method. So inside the session, these many methods are available. Inside the session, how many methods are available? These many methods are available to get the data. Yes, clear? Get a current session method we'll discuss, Abhishek. Don't worry for this. First, understand the point here. First, whatever the points I'm asking that, please try to give answers for it. Why? Because with these concepts only, we are going to prepare applications. Okay. Right. Now, this is exactly like what there. This is exactly like what there. The methods which are available inside what their session. If you want to access either of these methods, no, we need what their session. If you want to get session, we require what their session factory. If you want to get session factory, what we require, configuration. All these are interdependent, one after another. One is depending on another one. In this way, here we are able to get the total content here. Okay, right, nice. After this, now here I'm telling there for save, processes, update, save or update and delete. For non-select operations, we require transaction object. For non-select operation, what we require here? Transaction object. How we are able to create transaction object, guys? Now tell me. Transaction is equal to what we have to do there. Session dot. What is that method here we are able to use? Here, two things here we are able to use. What two things here we are able to use, guys? Now tell me. What two things here we are able to use? First one is what there. Begin transaction here we can use directly. That begin transaction in the sense like what there directly it will begin the transaction. Automatically it will begin the transaction here. And it will create transaction object, then it will begin the transaction. Observe carefully. We can use like what there. Apart from this, here we can use like what there. Transaction is equal to session dot get a transaction method we can use. Then after that, transaction dot begin method here we have to use. Okay. Either we can use directly session dot begin transaction, or we can use like what there directly session dot like what there session dot begin transaction we can use, or as a session dot get transaction. If we get the transaction there, explicitly we have to use what there begin method. Okay. Then after that, another point here. What I'm telling there. After performing guys, understand it. After performing non-select operations, we have to perform either commit or rollback operations. So now to perform commit or rollback operations, what we have to do, guys? Now tell me. There we have to use either transaction dot commit, or we have to use like what the transaction dot rollback. Transaction dot rollback. Either of these methods here we have to use. Either transaction dot commit or transaction dot rollback, that we have to use clearly. Either of these methods here we have to use. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? Good. Then whenever we are performing all of them, then what next one here at the end, what we have to do there? Come on, after completion of our operations, after completion of our data persistence operations, no? At the end, what we have to do there? No response. Then we have to close all the resources here. No? What resources here we have to close there? What resources here we have to close there? Session dot close. Session factory dot close. Majorly these two resources here we are going to close. That's it, guys. Now these are the various operations here we have to perform clearly. Right? Good. Configuration object is not required to close automatically. Just only session and session factory we require clearly. So these are the various steps here we have to understand clearly if you want to prepare any client application now. Right, sir? So to prepare hibernate application and everything we completed, am I right? Everything we completed, am I right? To prepare hibernate applications, every part we completed. Am I right? No response, guys. To prepare hibernate applications, now tell me what we required actually. To prepare hibernate applications, what we required, guys? Now tell me. One is hibernate software. Hibernate software. Second one is database. Next one is what there? Java and Eclipse ID initially. Eclipse ID. Then after the Java and then Eclipse ID, then what next one we required here? Then after that, Java project here we have to create there inside this Eclipse IDE. Inside the Java project, what we have to prepare there? What you have to prepare there? First, we have to prepare like what there? Configuration file. And before that, Java project with hibernate jars. Hibernate jar files. Here we require there. We need to add that hibernate jars in the build path. Next one is what there? Configuration file. Next one is what there? No, POSO class. That means persistence class. Third one is what they know? Mapping file. Then better, instead of taking this configuration file here immediately, I want to make it is at the end. Okay, at the end here, I want to make POSO class, mapping file. Then after that, next one is like what their configuration file. Here I will take that. Then next one is like what their client application. Inside this client application, what we have to prepare? That everything I give in there inside this one here. Good, nice guys. Then shall we go for application development now? Yeah, persistence logic in the sense just by using this client application only. Inside this client application only, we are going to provide that persistence logic and everything. Right, guys? Now, shall we go for application now? Shall we go for application now? Right, sir. But guys, then our response is totally poor today. Very less response. Even if you go for application development, how much you are going to understand, how much you are going to practice, it is somewhat difficult for me to understand. So this practice is required here, and we have to study the content. Even I'm giving that recorded videos to you, and try to understand it. Why I'm giving the recorded videos? In the case if you are missing any class, immediately check that class there. Yes, right, sir. Then within 1 hour we are getting videos max. Maybe anyway. Then before the next class, that video is available. Try to watch that video and try to practice it, even if you are missing any class. Then hibernate study material I will provide, sir. It's okay. Then meanwhile, I'm giving the classroom notes clearly. To answer for my question, this classroom notes is sufficient. Study material I will provide. Definitely I will provide that. But let me check once the total content is in a proper way or not in that material. I'll provide that PDF material, no doubt for that. Without providing PDF material, I will not complete this session. Definitely I'll provide this. But for answering for my questions, no. For answering my questions, no, this content is sufficient. Why you are not accessing this part? Okay, I will send definitely today max case I'm going to send the study material now. I'll just give a minute of time. Give a minute of time, guys. Then let me set it the issue. Unnecessarily, why I'm pending this? 1 minute wait. 1 minute wait. I think my people might be updated. I give an intimation already. One minute. Right, guys, don't worry. I think my admin people might be talking with the students there. They're in counseling, So definitely, then today max, you are able to get that material. Not worry for it. Okay. Yeah, guys. Now let's come for our content here. Now let me start our application now. I think so. What you are having, guys, now tell me, out of all these things, now tell me, hibernate software we downloaded or not? Come on, guys. Hibernate software we downloaded or not? Yes, already we downloaded. Where I kept that hibernate software, the download here in E drive, softwares folder. Inside this, maybe frameworks or something else. Frameworks, inside this frameworks, Hibernate 3 is available here. 3.6.10.5 is already downloaded. Required jars are available here. Hibernate 3 is available. Then I'll give list of the jar files also. Don't need to worry for it. Okay, Hibernate is downloaded here. That's okay, fine. Next one is what there. Database is already installed in my system there. Let me check it here. In my system, database is already existed here. Now observe carefully. Now description EMP1. The table I required here. Inside this table is also available there. Select the star from EMP1. Just open the database regularly. Then we are able to use that. Not from Maven repo. Yeah, of course we can download from any location there. Sourceforge.net is available on website. From that I downloaded it. Sourceforge.net. Okay, from where we are able to get it. Okay, fine. Java and Eclipse side is anyway, it is available. No need to check that one. Eclipse side is already existed for us. Okay. Then after that, let me prepare my workspace there for the sake of this. Then where we specified here, Hibernate 10 a.m. Now here, I want to provide some workspace there. Then what about this one now? Eclipse idea. Eclipse. This workspace I want to use there where I want to prepare some applications. All right, sir. First of all, let me go for that workspace there. Switch to workspace. Other. Browse. D drive. Now inside this D drive, Hibernate. I have to check for Hibernate 10 a.m. Eclipse. In the future, I may use an IntelliJ IDEA also. There also I need to go for like what there, some other IntelliJ IDEA folder. Okay, just one. At 10 a.m. Eclipse that I have taken there, click on launch button. Right, guys, no problem. Then where we want to download this, then we can download this. At any location here, we can download this. But Sourceforge is providing all the jars for us, no? Then we can get it from where? Okay. Right, so let it open. Sourceforge, guys, then I think you already aware about it. Just Google it, then we are able to get it. No, then what I want to provide there, Hibernate download. Simply we can go for what there, Hibernate downloads. Then we are able to get hibernate.com. It's okay, fine. Sourceforge.net. Then from here on, I'm getting the download. Click on this, then open it in new tab. There we are able to get it. No, then we can check for it. Yeah, releases are available here. What version here we require that we are able to get, no. But here here we are getting like what versions here we are getting there, and latest versions here we are getting 5.11.11 final, like this here we are getting. But we want to get what is that version here we want to get there, guys. Now tell me here, see all activities here. Six versions and no, not activities. We don't require these activities here. Files require this. Yeah, files here if you have to this, and hibernate, not hibernate 4 and hibernate 3 is available here. Hibernate 3. Inside this hibernate 3, we have the required versions here, 3.6.10.final. That's available, that I have downloaded. Now, if you click on this final here, there we are able to see the zip file 3.6.10.final underscore dist zip file is available. If you click on it, automatically it's going to be downloaded. There we are able to get it. Guys, all of you are getting my point clearly? Yeah, then how to use Maven, I will discuss with you in the later on. Guys, first of all, give confirmation to me. All of you are having awareness on Maven. All of you are getting clarity on this Maven. All of you are aware about Maven. Please, all of you give response, guys. All of you are having knowledge on this Maven. One or two applications I'll prepare with normally. Then after that, I'll go with Maven only. Yeah, in a Sprinkle class, you might be listening to that, right? Maven. In a Sprinkle class, I've taken that. That's sufficient, max. Okay, no problem. I'll give them a set of videos to you. Maybe some videos, no idea about Maven. No need to worry for it. I'll give a set of videos to you. Then try to watch that videos there. Then try to complete that Maven, guys. Max. Today, I will upload that Maven videos in our drive there. Then so that you can identify this. Just watch that videos there. Within a few days of time, then within 2 to 3 days of time, we are going to complete it. Then we are able to identify that. It's okay. Just only 2 members are not having awareness on it. I'll share that videos, Maven videos in our drive, so that you can go for it. We don't have drive link. Why, sir? I think for everybody, the drive access was provided, videos access was provided there, right? There I'm going to provide separately this drive, like what there, Maven video, so that you are able to get it. Venki Vankayala party. Already, everybody is accessing videos, right? There I'm going to provide. Anyway, let's move on to the content, guys. Now tell me, I want to create a Java project now. I want to create what project, guys? Now tell me, I want to create a Java project. How we are able to create Java project, guys? Now tell me. Now here, directly here we are having what there, menu here we are having there. Here we are having like what there, menu. I get my point or not? Then how we are able to get this menu here? From this menu here, we are able to get like what there, Java project now. Have you seen at any location like project here? No. So here we have to provide like what there, create a project. Create a project here we have to open. When we perform this create a project now, here we are able to get what there, Java project. Select the Java project. Click on this next button. Click on this next button. Now here I need to give that project name ABB01, for example. ABB01. What is this project actually here? Now here I want to use this project for inserting data. Okay. ABB01 is sufficient for inserting data that I want to use. Okay, now Java SC15, this we can use it, no problem here. Everything is okay. No need to change any information here. Now click on what there, next button. Click on next button here. That's it. When we click on this next button here, what we have to do there, click on finish button. Don't create, open persistence, no problem here. Yeah. Right, sir. Guys, all of you are getting clarity on this? Right. Now, this project is what there just is only Java project or Hibernate project? Guys, now tell me. You only tell me this project is what? Is that only Java project or Hibernate project? Just it is Java project. Just it is Java project. If I want to make it is a Hibernate project, if I want to make it is a Hibernate project, then what I have to do, guys? Now tell me. If I want to create it as an Hibernate project, then what I have to do, guys? Now tell me. If you want to make it as an Hibernate project, then what we have to do? We have to include Hibernate jars or not? Then we have to include what there? Hibernate jar files now. Then how we are going to include that Hibernate jar file? First of all, understand it. Step by step, I'm going to prepare our application there. But just this is only very, very fundamental program here. So that I'm going to provide everything at a low level activities. That means base level activities now. Try to understand this. Right click on this project. Go for what their properties. Right click on this project. Go for properties. I need to add jar files now. Now here, what I have to select, guys? Now tell me. In the properties part, what I have to select there? Come on. What I have to select there? I have to select what there? Java build path. Inside the Java build path, I have to select what there? Libraries. Inside the libraries, already you added that jar file. That means which jar file there? No, Spring libraries here already we added there, right? So now let me prepare this class path. Now here I need to add what jar files can no add external jars. Later I'll create library. No need to worry for it. But first of all, let me go for like what there? Add external jars. Let me click on this external jars. No, whenever we are click on this external jars here, what we have to do there? We have to select the jar files where the jar files are available. Right, sir. All my jar files are available at E drive. Inside this E drive, softwares folder is available. Inside the softwares folders, frameworks is available. Inside this Hibernate is existed. Hibernate 3, Hibernate distribution 3.6. Something is available. Here the very first jar file, what we required, guys? Now tell me, Hibernate 3 is required. What is required, guys? Now tell me, Hibernate 3 is required. Please try to recognize this. What jar files here we have to be add to our content here. The first one is like what there? Jars which are required for first application. Jars. Understand the jars here. First one is like what there? Hibernate 3 dot jar immediately. We require this one. This is 1 point. Okay. Hibernate 3 is required. Next one is after this Hibernate 3, select it. Yeah, it's not latest one. Don't worry. Then step by step, I'm going there. First, let me prepare basic application with Hibernate 3. Next, I will go for Hibernate 4. Next, I will go for Hibernate 5. In that way, we are going to see all the latest versions. Yes. Right. Next one is done. After that, what I required here, again select a class path now. Again add external jars. Then go for like what Hibernate 3 we selected. Hibernate testing is not required. Go for lib. Inside this lib, required folder is available. Inside this required folder, select all of them. Inside this required folder, select all of them. All these are mandatory. All these are like what they're mandatory. Select all of them. Required folder in the sense all must be added here. All are added here. Hibernate 3, then all the jar files are added. Okay, fine. I think so. These are sufficient actually. But one more jar file I want to add for the sake of safety purpose. No, then what is that another jar file here? Click on this again. Select the class path and add external jars. Now here what we required here. Now here JPA is available. Inside this JPA, this one we have to add. Of course, this Hibernate JPA is required whenever we are going to use like what their annotations actually. But no need to worry for it. Then better to use this here itself now. Not required, but use this. Recommended to use this. Maybe for the sake of some internals. Right, sir. All the jar files here we provided or not? Now here, observe carefully. What are the jar files here we are getting there? What jar files here we are getting there? Names here I'm telling there. Okay, don't worry for it. Names I will provide you later on. So these are the various jar files here we are getting there. Okay, now here I'm telling the Hibernate 3 jar file. Next one is all jars from required folder. Then after that, what next one here after that? JPA, hibernate JPA jar file. Another one is like what there? Hibernate JPA jar file now. Okay, fine. These many jar files are selected here, identified here. Now click on apply and close. Now here under this reference library, all the jar files are coming. Under this reference library, all jar files are coming. One minute, sir. What happened here? Yeah. Copy this. Just I want to give list of jar files what we require. One minute, sir. Right, guys. Now these are the various jar files you required. Apart from this, one more jar file is required, guys. Can you guess it? What jar file is required there apart from all these things? No. Any idea? Apart from all these things, any other jar file is required? Definitely one jar file is required here. You might not be remembered that. Not JUnit. Not JUnit. As exactly Oracle driver jar file is required. Without driver jar file, we can't do anything. Driver jar file is available. Where is the driver jar file here? Anyway, I'm going to use Oracle database, guys, immediately. So OJDB jar file is required. Now here we are using C drive. Inside the C drive, where I installed my Oracle database, no, Oracle 18xe, product 18.0.0, DB home xe. Then inside the search for JDBC. Inside the JDBC, lib OJDBC8.jar file is available. Click on it. Now here we are getting that OJDBC8.jar file. Even that one also be required clearly. Right, sir. Now that depends on totally like what there. OJDBC8.jar file. What database we are using? On the basis of that, here we are able to use this OJDBC8.jar file. So these are the jars what we required to prepare hibernate applications. Nice. Then after that, jar files I added here. That's okay. Click on apply and close. Alright, so then after that, now here we need to prepare our required content. First of all, let me prepare what we have to prepare, guys. Now tell me. Let me take a package. What that package here I need to take now? com.durgasoft.app01. Now here I need to take like what they know entities are simply beans, whatever it may be. Any name here we can take. Persistence class here I want to prepare. Any name here we can take. Maybe package name. Entities or beans or maybe entities or beans or maybe pozos or model. Anything here we can take. Don't worry. Now in this case, we are not having any importance for this. Inside this, I need to take some. What I have to take there? One class here I have to take. What is the class name? You know. See, guys. Now tell me. In my database, I want to store which data they know. I want to store a record in EMP1. I want to store a record in what there EMP1 table. So how many? What exactly the columns are available inside this database? Can observe carefully. Description EMP1. If you have to this, 4 columns are available. ENO, ENAME, ECell, and EADD here. Where 4 columns are available. Inside these 4 columns, no data is going to be stored here. Observe, guys, what I'm telling to you. So now here in this scenario, what I'm telling to you, I need to take employee class. My entity class is like what their employee. Main method is not required and click on finish button here. Employee here we are going to take. Right, yes. Now whenever we want to take this employee here we need to prepare some properties. What properties here we have to prepare, guys? Now tell me, the properties must be prepared as per what there, as per the table. As per the table and their data types on. As per the table, we have to create what there, the properties inside this employee class now. So ENO, ENAME, ECL, and EADD here. That's okay. Now here in our content here, what we have to prepare there? Private into ENO. Private into ENO. private string ename, private string ename, private float eval, then private string eaddr. This is what we are getting as. So poso class. Now here I need to get status and getters. No, right click here. Then we have to go for source. Now inside this generate getters and status. Now here we have to select all. Select all. Then click on generate. So all poso classes. That means all getters and setters here we created from this. All getters and setters here we created from this. Guys, observe carefully. Okay. Next one is after completion of this. Then what next one, guys? Now tell me. After understanding this, then what next one here? Now I need to get mapping file or not? Guys, please respond this. I need to get mapping file or not? Mapping file here we have to create or not? Right. How we are going to create this mapping file now? Also carefully. Right click on src new. I want to create a source folder. Configuration files and mapping files and all XML resources I want to create on what there? A particular source file I want to take. What is that source file here I'm going to take now? The name is like what there? Resources. src/resources. I think so. It's not required here. Cannot nest. Then where this thing is going to be created here? Under this src only, right? Or else click on browse. Not here. Okay, fine. Resources. That's okay. Click on finish button here. Let me click on it. Resources is created here. Separately it is created here. Okay, not under src. No problem. Inside this resources here, I want to have like what there? I want to create an XML file. Inside this resources, right click on it. Now let me select what there XML. Here we don't have any XML here. Click on other. Now here we have to search for what there XML. XML here. Then here what we have to provide there XML file. Click on next. Now here we have to give XML file name. What is that XML file name I need to provide, guys? Poso class name dot hbm dot xml. This is a standard name. Standard naming conventions in Hibernate. Hibernate dot employee dot hbm dot xml. Employee dot hbm dot xml. This is the standard name here we provided. Click on next button. If we click on next button here, then what next one here we have to do there? Create a file from template. Okay, no problem here. Create what there? Create file using DTD or XML schema file. No problem here. Next button. It's okay. Then click on finish button here. Now here XML file is created. Alright, sir. Now, whenever we have taken XML file, some DTD or XSD is required or not? Come on, guys. Then some DTD or XSD is required or not? Whenever we have taken this XML files from DTD and XSD that we have to take or not? Response, guys. Okay. Right, sir. Now here we have to provide like what there required. The DDD XSD is required here. From where we have to get the DDD or XSD? In the case of Spring, we open the document there where we are getting the XSDs and everything. Alright, sir. Now here not required to go for documentation in the case of Hibernate, no? Then better to go for reference libraries. Inside the reference libraries, just open hibernate3.jar. Open hibernate3.jar. Get my point or not? Inside this hibernate3.jar now, scroll down. Right, sir. 1 minute. Somewhere else we missed it. Arg.hibernate. Yes. Arg.hibernate. Now here we can see like what there. Hibernate mapping 3.0.ddd. DDD file is available or not? Come on, guys. Then what we have to do? Once again, I'm telling to you. Now try to observe this clearly. What I said to you there. First of all, I require DTD. So open like what the reference library. Open like what the hibernate3.jar. Inside this open what there argret hibernate package. Inside this package you can scroll down. There we are getting hibernate mapping 3.0.dtd. Just open it. If you double click on it, there we are able to get what there the DTD doc type definition. This DTD here we have to copy. Copy this and paste into the employee.hbm.xml. Paste here. Alright guys. Then this is like what I'm telling the DTD, that what we required now. Close this one. Not required here. That's sufficient. How we are able to get doc type definition there? Not required to go for any Google, not required to go for any other one. Directly inside the jar file is available. Now try to copy this from the jar file. Okay. Then now tell me how we are able to prepare this now. First of all, we need to provide what tag, guys. Now tell me what is the root tag here. Hibernate mapping is a root tag. Hibernate mapping here we required. Inside this hibernate mapping, then what we required, guys. Now tell me. Come on, guys. We have to understand this. What tag is required here? Class tag. Already we understood that. How to prepare this hibernate mapping where class tag is required. Now tell me inside this class tag, what we have to provide there. Now tell me inside the class tag, what we have to provide there. Here we have to provide a mapping between all object-oriented features and as well as like what there, all these things. Now tell me here, inside this class here, what we are able to provide there, what attributes are available there. First of all, here we are having like what there. Now understand it. What name here? What attribute is required here? Name attribute is required or not? Come on, guys. What is? See, this is a mapping file. This is not like what there. This is not configuration file. This is mapping file. Name attribute. Then inside this name attribute, then what we have to provide there? Now tell me. Come on, guys. You have to answer for it. For the name attribute, then what we have to provide there? Right, fully qualified name of the respective POSO class that we have to provide. What is that fully qualified name of the respective POSO class? No. First, we have to provide like what there this package name from the file. Where copy this. Now here we have to provide what there dot employee. That one here we have to provide. That's okay, fine. Then after that, what next one here we have to provide there? After this, name attribute is okay. Next one is like what there? We have to provide table. Now table is what there? EMP1 table. Guys, all of you understand this? With this, what we understood up to now? With this, what we understood? Just we are providing mapping between a POSO class and table or not? Just we are providing mapping between a POSO class and table or not? Okay, just we are providing mapping between a POSO class and a table. That's okay. Then inside this, then what we have to provide there? Now tell me here what tag is required here now? ID tag is required here immediately. ID tag is required. What is that ID tag actually? What we are able to provide inside this ID tag? No, we need to provide ID property from employee class and primary key column inside what there EMP1 table. Then ID, then here I have to provide like what their name is equal to just ENO. Here we provided there. Now here column attribute here we have to provide. There we have to provide what the ENO. That means name inside the employee class is what their ENO. Corresponding column inside the database table is what their ENO. Like this here we are having. Next one is like what there after that column. Here we have to provide like what their column, right? Property. I think so. Property or column. Property. Right, yes. Next one is like what their property, not column here. Property. Now inside this property here we have to provide like what their e name. This is property name. Corresponding column name is like what they know. Column name is equal to e name. Almost all capitals only. Right. Then after that, what next one here we have to provide there? Property here we have to provide property. Inside this property e cell we are providing there. Next one is like what their column. What we provided here no e cell. Right. Then after that, what next one here we are able to provide no property name is equal to EADDR. Here we are able to provide what their column is equal to EADDR. Guys, I'm asking one question there. My mapping file is completed. It's okay. Everything is okay. My mapping file is completed here. Everything is okay. But first of all, now tell me, guys, all of you know, are these column attributes are mandatory? Are these column attributes are mandatory or optional? Are these column attributes are mandatory or optional? No response. Okay, right, sir. Column attributes are optional when properties names, when a properties names in a POSO class and a database table column names both are same. When both are same, it's not mandatory to provide this information, this column attributes. But in the first example, we are going to use that. Then after that, we are able to understand the remaining part here. Okay, fine. Now mapping file is ready. POSO class is ready. Mapping file is ready. Then what we have to prepare, guys? Now tell me. Then after that, what I have to prepare there? Come on, what I have to prepare there? After completion of this mapping file, POSO class is ready. Mapping file is ready. Then what we have to prepare there? Configuration file here. We have to prepare. Under the same resources, I'm going to prepare configuration file. Right click on these resources. No, new. Then what we have to provide there? No file. Do you have any XML here? No XML file. No. Click on others and XML. Click on next here. I need to provide the name of this XML here. hibernate.cfg.xml. hibernate.cfg.xml. Click on next button. Click on next button and click on like what there finish button here. Now tell me, guys. In this XML file also, so DTD is required or not? Doc type is required or not? DTD, doc type only, not XSD. Hibernate 3 is available with only DTD, doc type definition. Right, sir. Doc type definition here we require now. Then from where we have to get this doc type definition, guys? No need to search in the Google there. Just go for like what the reference libraries. Inside this hibernate 3.jar file is available. We're open the dark.hibernate. At bottom, if you scroll down, here we are getting hibernate configuration 3.0.ddd. Just open it. Now already we specified the doc type definition here in the comment now. Just copy this and keep that inside our hibernate.cfg.xml file. Then we can close this. I don't require this now immediately. Right, sir. It's completed here. Now, guys, now here we have to understand this. What we are able to provide. What we have to provide here inside this. Now tell me. First of all, what is the root tag, guys? Now tell me. Hibernate configuration is a root tag. Inside this hibernate configuration, one more tag is required. What is the tag here? Now tell me. Session factory tag. Session factory doc. Inside the session factory tag, then we have to provide like what there? All properties here. What properties here we have to provide there? All like what are the properties we require? Now that I'm going to provide there. Now try to understand this. Property name is equal to hibernate dot. Then what next one, guys? Now tell me connection dot driver underscore class. Driver underscore class. Right, sir. Now tell me what is the property here we have to provide there? Hibernate dot connection dot driver underscore class. Then what is the driver class name here we are providing as? Now tell me Oracle dot JDBC dot. What next one again? No, Oracle driver. That's it. As a value for this particular tag here we have to provide that Oracle dot JDBC dot Oracle driver. This is like what I'm telling there, Oracle driver class. Next one is like what their property name is equal to right. Oracle name. Okay, fine. Then Oracle dot JDBC dot Oracle driver. Next one's property name is equal to what? Next one here. Hibernated dot connection dot. What's that property name, guys? Now tell me here. After providing driver class name, there we have to provide URL or not? There we have to specify URL here. What's that URL here we have to provide, guys? Now tell me here for type4 driver JDBC colon Oracle colon thin colon at the rate localhost 1521 colon XE. Here we are providing like what the driver class is okay. Then what next one here? URL, just URL. No need to go for the driver URL. No, just it is like what there URL. That's enough. Right. Sir. Then after that, then what next one here after completion of this property name is equal to hibernate dot connection dot. Tell me, guys. Then what we required, after completion of this, right? Connection dot User, am I right? Or not username, just it is user only. User only. Right. So now I want to provide that system. System is my database username. Next one is like what the property name is what there, hibernate dot, then connection dot, password. Here we have to provide some password here. How we are able to provide password here? No, Durga. System and Durga is my username and password for my database. No. Then after that, after completion of this, now inside this we have to provide like what there. Another property here we have to take property name is equal to hibernate dot dialect. Hibernate dot dialect that we have to provide. But whenever we want to provide this dialect value there, for each and every database a separate dialect is available. The dialect is having the database native syntax, the database native information there. Hibernate is a database independent. But how Hibernate is database independent? No, the Hibernate is able to run its application on all the databases. But how it is possible? They know inside this Hibernate, what happened? All the persistence methods are converted to JDBC code. That JDBC code is going to be evaluated. That JDBC code is going to be evaluated with respect to particular database, with respect to the local database. So all the syntaxes of the local databases must be gathered. So to gather all the syntaxes or all the native conventions of this particular database, no, then Hibernate has provided all these things in the form of a separate classes. The separate classes are nothing but what their dialect classes there. So here we have to provide like what their dialect. Right, so not only SQL queries now. So understand my point here. Dialect is representing the database nativity. The complete database nativity is maintained by dialect. That nativity is used by Hibernate by accessing some methods of these dialect classes. By using these dialect classes, no, Hibernate is able to get the nativity of the respective database. That's the point here we have to understand now. Yeah, that's the Hibernate strategy actually. Right, so then what exactly this dialect class here? Right, so the dialect class is available inside this arg dot hibernate dot. There's a package like what there dialect package is available. What's that package name here? Dialect arg dot hibernate dialect dot. Then where we have to use like what there Araikil dialect. There is a class. Still, if you have any doubt of it, no, just open the jar file. Inside the jar file, just we can search for like what there Araikil dialect. Alright, sir. Araikil dialect here we have to use. Now we are using somewhat latest versions of the Araikil database, no? So here we have to use like what there Araikil dialect. Right, guys. Araikil dialect here we provided here so that it will be worked out for our applications. Then after that, inside this mapping file, then what we have to provide there. Inside the mapping file, here we have to provide. So inside the configuration file, we have to provide the name and location of the mapping file also. Inside the configuration file, we have to provide what there name and location of the mapping file here we have to provide. How we are able to provide name and location of the mapping file here? Just we have to take like what there the tag is what there mapping. Yeah, definitely. The number of dialect classes are available here. With respect to the databases, we have to select the respective dialect class. With respect to the databases, we have to select the respective dialect class. Araikil dialect is available. Araikil 10G dialect is available. Like this, we are having number of dialect classes, no? But Araikil dialect will work for these Araikil versions there. Don't worry for it. If it's not working, then I will change the dialect classes. Don't worry for it. Right, sir. Mapping here we have to provide there. Inside this mapping here we have to use what there resource. Now inside this resource there, then what we have to provide now? Then we have to provide the name and location of the configuration file here, mapping file here. How we are going to provide this name and location of the mapping file now? All right, sir. Then where that mapping file is registered, guys, now directly it is available under the SRC folder. Sorry, in the source folder, like what there resources. Inside this it is available now. Now employee.hbm.xml. Employee.hbm.xml. That what we are getting clearly. Guys, all of you are following this? All of you are following this? Now this is like what I'm telling to you. Hibernate. That means like what there configuration file here we provide. Please observe this. What we specified inside the configuration file actually. what we provided inside the configuration file that I want to know. Right, sir. Inside this configuration file, we provided some hibernate properties like hibernate connection properties like were there: driver class, driver URL, database username, database password. Then after that, dialect class to understand the what exactly the database is available at present. Right. Then after that, there is nothing but what they know, dialect. Okay. Then after that, mapping files information here we have to provide names and locations of the mapping files. That's what we required. Right. So now it is completed. Then what next one here we have to do? What next one here we have to do? Next one is we have to prepare client application. Guys, observe carefully in the client application. Then what I am going to prepare there. Right. So now let me prepare a package. No. Right click on SRC and a new package. com dot durgasoft.app01.test. Package name is what? The test. Inside this test package, no new class. Class name is what? Their test. Now inside this, we have to go for like what there. For the sake of application safety purpose, no. First of all, here we have to create like what their configuration object here we have to prepare. Configuration is equal to new configuration. Next one is like what we have to do there, configuration dot right. So then what we have to provide, you know, configure method here we are able to get. Guys, now I have not passed any value. I have not passed any value, so that it will search for which file they know. Internally hibernate.cfg.xml file. All right. Next one is after completion of this, I need to create what object, you know, session factory. Session factory is equal to configuration dot build session factory. Next one is we have to get like what the session. Right, sir. Open session here I want to use get current session method. Will be used in the next attempt. I will discuss with you, not required immediately. Now here we are getting session now here. Then after that we have to perform. We have to create like what they know persistence object. How we are going to create that persistence object, you know, employee. Employee is equal to new employee. Object we created, we have to set data to this one. Employee dot set EID. Set ENO. Then what next one here? Employee dot set E name. Right, sir. Yeah. Then after that, what next one here? Employee dot set E cell. Employee dot set EADDR. Like a header. So persistence object is ready. But if you want to perform this save operation there, insert operation there, we require transaction object. Transaction is equal to session dot begin transaction. I want to use it directly. No need to begin the transaction separately. Then begin transaction here I want to create. Then after that we have to perform persistence operation there now. Employee object here we have to create there. Employee EMP is equal to new employee object here. We already employee object is already existed, guys. Not required to create that employee object. Already we existed here. Now begin transaction is started here. Now here we have to go for like what the session dot save method. Session dot save of employee object here we are providing, then automatically it's going to be stored under the database table. Now here transaction dot commit operation here we have to perform. That's it. Then by this I can give information here. System output println of that's it. Then after that employee inserted successfully. Then after that, then what next one here we have to do there? Just we have to close. Session factory dot close. Then before that I need to close like what there session dot close. Configuration dot close, I think so it's not available. Close method is not available inside the configuration. Then that is going to be displayed disabled automatically. That's it, guys. Now this is my client application here, what we created now. And have we performed commit operation here? After creating the transaction and before performing commit operation, the save method must be executed. Now here, before executing this, let me check in the database now. Select a star from EMP1. No data is available. Now executed here. Now some logs here we are getting there. After getting all the logs here, then what we are getting there here now? Employee inserted successfully. Employee inserted what they know successfully. No to worry for it. That logs information is not required here. So just we are getting the real output or not. Employee inserted successfully, that we are getting. Now let me check in the database now. Select a star from EMP1. No records are available previously. But here we are getting that one record data or not? We are getting one record or not? Come on guys, answer for it. Now here we are getting one record here, right? That's it guys. Now this is exactly an application here we can understand. Okay. Very first application here I provided now, right? That's all guys. Then remaining examples we are going to send tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be cover one interview question and as well as one or two examples I will cover so that we are able to understand it clearly. Right, sir? Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. Till meet on tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll see the remaining part. Thank you. Try to execute this program now. Everybody has to execute this program without failure. Thank you.